2018 Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid Review. The Hyundai Ioniq is usually a less expensive alternative for people looking for a hybrid hatchback. 2 decades in, the Toyota Prius still dominates the little hybrid market. Other automakers have introduced competing models, notably the Honda Insight, Subaru 15 Crosstrek Hybrid and Volkswagen Jetta Hybrid, but none put a tremendous dent inside Toyota's runaway sales success. Hyundai thinks it's finally cracked the Prius code. Now to use second year of production, the Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid would be the Prius' closest rival, with plenty tech and safety measures, quicker acceleration and also lower price point. The 2018 Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid is usually a compact hatchback that earns the excellence as the most fuel-efficient non-plug-in hybrid in the marketplace. In the EPA's combined cycle, the Ioniq Hybrid earns estimates of 5,558 miles per gallon when compared to the Prius 5,256 miles per gallon. Keep in mind, however, that incremental fuel gains with this level usually are not very significant. Even Ioniq drivers who put a huge amount of miles on the cars would see monetary savings within the tens of dollars annually. More relevant could be the Ioniq Hybrid's price, that's quite less than that of a similar Prius. The Ioniq's traditional exterior and decor will also interest those put off by the Prius' more adventurous styling, while techies will appreciate standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. The Toyota offers neither. Alas, the Ioniq Hybrid stumbles in many critical areas how the Toyota doesn't. Rather over continuously variable automatic transmission CVT that many hybrids use, the Ioniq works on the 6-speed, dual-clutch automatic. On top of harsh shift quality, the transmission carries a difficult time finding out which gear it would like to be in, especially after heavy braking. Speaking in the brakes, every hybrid uses regenerative brakes to recharge the battery before handing it to the mechanical brakes that bring the vehicle to a full stop. In the Ioniq, this handoff isn't smooth. Combine this with all the jerky downshifts, and passengers might question your experience driving cars. We also aren't fans in the Ioniq's busy ride and unsupportive seats. While the 2018 Ioniq's price and fuel economy are obvious advantages, we recommend giving the Ioniq an intensive test drive before choosing it in the more established Prius. What's new? Steering wheel mounted shift paddles happen to be added to SL Limited trims. The lane departure warning system now includes a lane keeping assist function to stop you from drifting from your lane unintentionally. Otherwise, the 2018 Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid is unchanged from the introduction this past year. The blue trim sips less fuel as opposed to its EPA combined is 58 miles per gallon in comparison with other models 55 miles per gallon, however it's a little too lightly optioned for the tastes. And when dealing with cars this fuel efficient, 3 miles per gallon really isn't much. If it were our money, we'd upgrade for the SL. It's a small price jump and easily a few dollars over a base Prius to add lots of features, including heated front seats, an electrical driver seat and blind spot monitoring. The SL's optional tech package adds some more driving aids. Trim levels and features. The 2018 Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid can be a compact hatchback using a hybrid powertrain and seating for 5. The base blue model will be the most fuel efficient on the group, by having an EPA of 58 miles per gallon combined and the other model's 55 miles per gallon estimate. It's equipped. It has a few desirable features, including keyless entry and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The SL doesn't cost additional and includes heated front seats and blind spot monitoring among its upgrades. The top trim limited is really a bit pricier but adds a huge amount of features, for instance a sunroof, leather upholstery and xenon headlights. Powering the Ioniq Hybrid is often a 1.6-litre 4-cylinder gasoline engine as well as a 6-speed, dual-clutch automatic transmission. It's augmented with an electric motor fed by way of a lithium-ion battery power. Total system output is 139 horsepower. Standard features on blue trims include 15-inch alloy wheels, automatic headlights, keyless entry and ignition, dual-zone automatic climate control, a tilt and telescoping tyre, selectable driving modes, a person information display, height adjustable front seats, 6040 split folding rear seats, a rear view camera, a 7-inch touchscreen interface, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone integration, Bluetooth, a USB port, and satellite and HD radio. Trims add LED daytime running lights and taillights, heated side mirrors, an aftermarket driver information display, steering wheel mounted shift paddles, heated front seats, an electric driver seat with Toway power lumbar, a leather-wrapped tyre, a charging USB port, a rear center armrest, and chrome interior and exterior accents. Blind spot monitoring and rear cross-traffic alert will also be included. An optional tech package for yourself adds adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, along with a lane departure and mitigation system. On top with the SIL's features, the limited trim adds 17-inch alloy wheels, a sunroof, xenon headlights, leather upholstery, an auto-dimming rear view mirror, LED cabin lighting and Hyundai's BlueLink telematics features. An optional ultimate package as the SIL's tech package features and also adaptive headlights, rear parking sensors, driver seat memory settings, rear vents, a cargo cover, wireless device charging, an Infinity 8-speaker speakers, navigation as well as an 8-inch touchscreen. Trim tested. Each vehicle typically also comes in multiple versions which are fundamentally similar. The S within this review derived from our full test with the 2017 Hyundai Ioniq Hybrid Blue 1.6 litres inline-4 hybrid, 6-speed dual-clutch automatic, FWD. Note: since this test was conducted, the actual Ioniq Hybrid has gotten only minor revisions. Our findings remain broadly applicable for this year's Ioniq Hybrid. Driving. The Ioniq's weakest area is its everyday driving demeanor. It accelerates tepidly if you do not floor it, steering is vague yet well-weighted. A relatively light car whose bumpy road handling provides each impression of the heavier, blunter car. The current Prius is really a lot superior on this category. Acceleration. The Ioniq feels reluctant and sluggish out and about, requiring more pedal input than expected, a lot more default mode. Sport mode provides far more natural acceleration but sacrifices efficiency. In our testing, the Ioniq accelerated from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 8.7 seconds, and that is about a second quicker than the usual Prius. Braking. Pedal effort is springy and so on the light side. The way it blends regenerative and friction braking feels unnatural. And under moderately heavy to full panic braking, the nose dives pretty dramatically. That may be unsettling. Steering. The mushy center steering feel adds difficult to maintaining lane position at freeway speeds. The effort is acceptable at all speeds, never too light or too much. But it's nearly completely lifeless, communicating little concerning the road along with the state of grip for the driver. Handling. The Ioniq's handling is benign but has lower limits. Its tires howl in protest during moderately quick turns. It receives a corner cleanly and without much hesitation. But when it encounters bumps, it reacts just like a much heavier car, with exaggerated up and down ride motions. Drivability. There's a distinct deficiency of regenerative braking when coasting, so you have being on the brake pedal more regularly. Shift quality. responsiveness and acceleration smoothness are inconsistent. It seems like the transmission is well tripped up, especially right after hard braking. Comfort. The Ioniq's unsupportive seats and conflicted ride quality won't enlighten any hearts, though its climate control interface stands apart for its simplicity and innovative driver-only mode. The good isolation from engine vibration is overshadowed through the road noise, which can be noticeable whatsoever speeds. Seat comfort. The flat bottom seat cushion lacks lower thigh and lateral support. The backrest portion is better as well as the cloth upholstery feels durable, but we felt squirmy soon after hours. The back seat is flat, upright and quite firmly padded. Also, the leading seat adjustments are manual within this trim. Ride comfort. The Ioniq's ride is sort of busy, as well as go up and down in an exaggerated manner on lumpy road sections. It's also a bit floaty on occasion, which implies it exhibits the amount of ride movements which may make sensitive types nauseated. Noise and vibration. Road noise and patter are transmitted into your cabin in an undesirable degree. The engine is fairly muted electrical systems, climax still audible. The engine is well isolated when it comes to vibration, it does not shake the cabin when considering online. Wind noise is fairly well suppressed. Climate control. It includes a nice, simple layout with large buttons and 2 easy-to-use knobs for temperature. The clever driver-only setting saves energy. It shows no problems battling summer temps and keeping the cabin cool. It has a minimum of fan noise. We like that dual zone automatic climate control is standard. Interior. Functionally, the Ioniq's interior succeeds. Its controls are organized well as height adjustable and long travel driver seats should accommodate people of all sizes. There's also ample head and legroom in the beginning. Back seat passengers don't fare nearly as well. Ease people. The Ioniq's keeping of controls is see-through and logical with a lot of large buttons. The infotainment screen is higher resolution and washout, along with the menu flow is straightforward, no navigation. The redundant hard keys really are a nice touch, too. Getting in, jetting out. The front doors are usefully long and open wide, along with the wide bed low sills and minimal seat bolsters help access. Access towards the rear seat might be more narrow. The narrowness, combined while using gently sloping roofline and high seat, hampers entry to a degree. Driving position. It's no problem finding a suitable driving position thanks to a good range of adjustment in the seat and also the tilt and telescoping steering column. As a bonus, the tire also offers terrific grip shapes. Roominess. There's ample legroom and headroom for tall drivers, thanks in part towards the lack of your sunroof. Inside the automobile feels airy, plus the pedal box with the driver's feet is sufficiently wide. 6-footers inside back seat are somewhat cramped with limited headroom and tow room. Decent kneeroom, though. Visibility. The front windshield's pillar bases and rearmost pillars certainly are a bit chunky and maybe obstructing. But there's a reliable rear view, on account of split glass within the hatch. The bisecting beam is definitely an unfortunate byproduct. The backup camera view is smallish rather than especially sharp, yet it's adequate. Quality. Many with the Ioniq's drab, grey plastics and cloth surfaces appearance and feel low rent, though their assembly is commendably tight. The console bin lid and door panel creak watchily when touched. Utility. Its cargo holder's fairly basic but sizable enough to swallow most everyday items you would want to transport. The cabin nooks in the beginning are a proper number, though back seat occupants lack nearly as many choices. Small lithium storage. A tall, narrow console bin and open, narrow slot are surprisingly useful, so would be the well forward in the shift selector. The door pockets are of help for water bottles only, and also the glove box is basic. The back seat just has two tiny door pockets along with a net about the back in the passenger front seat. Cargo space. The back seat is split 6040 and folds nearly flat. The hatch opens high so tall people won't hit their heads about it, nevertheless the lift-over height is for the tall side. The cargo hold measures 26.5 cubic feet versus the Prius 24.6 cubes and is particularly wide, or even that tall, for the aftmost point. Child safety seat accommodation. The outboard seat latch anchors are buried deep between your cushions and they are somewhat not easy to reach. The top tether points are obscured by the retractable cargo shade. Technology. Its screen might be small, however it's well lit and responds well to touch inputs. Device integration and call pairing are quite obvious and support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The native voice controls work well but are limited with what they can control. Audio and navigation. The small infotainment screen supports swiping gestures and responds reasonably quick, doing your best with its size. The audio system incorporates a brassy quality of sound, with minimal bass. There's no native navigation system, however, you can navigate using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Smartphone integration. Bluetooth pairing is straightforward and fast, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility is standard. There are USB and auxiliary ports as well as 12-volt accessory outlets, and that is nice. Driver aids. A good portion of optional driver aids are available for your limited trims, including adaptive cruise, blind spot monitoring with lane change assist, automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection, lane departure warning, as well as a rear view camera with rear cross traffic alert. Voice control. Voice recognition VR supports only basic commands calls, switching audio source natively, but it really responds well. In any case, that is where Apple CarPlay and Android Auto appear in. You can access your smartphone's VR by holding the Ioniq's VR button for several seconds.